except I liked spending time with her. She made things seem like fun, and it was about time I had some of that again. I began to hum a little tune, Billy Murray's popular song from last year, Pretty Baby, and Belle picked up on it and joined in. Ordinarily, I didn't like the song, although it was constantly in my head, but Belle kept getting the words wrong, which made me laugh, and then she started to change them deliberately just to make me laugh again. Soon we were singing quite loudly. She pausing to inhale more of that revolting smoke, me to swallow more of the delicious wine, and then she stubbed out the last of her gasper on the bottom of her shoe and stood up. "Let's dance!" So as the sun faded, and while we were supposed to be clearing the barn of last year's damp grain sacks, Belle and I held hands and danced. The wine was fizzing in my blood now, and I kept stumbling over my own feet, making Belle laugh harder. "You better sit down, Skittles," she said. The nickname cut through the pleasant haze, and I stopped dancing. "Why did you call me that?" "That's what Avie and the others call you, isn't it?" "Yes, but—"
"Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realise it was reserved for your war chums,"
Belle said a little tightly, and I felt silly for my reaction. It had been in another life that I'd found that name, and that life was gone now. "It's all right," I said. "You can call me that too, as long as you don't call me Kitlington." The thought came out of nowhere and was accompanied by a real pang. I heard the name spoken in Archie Buchanan's soft, Scots-accented voice, and although I'd known that voice since I'd been a child, it had for at least 3 years now had the power to reach into my heart and warm me right through.
"Come on,"
Belle said, her good humour returning as swiftly as ever.
"I thought we were dancing."
I hadn't planned on opening up, to her of all people, but she saw my face and led me back to the boxes where we'd been sitting before. The wood felt cold now, through the threadbare corduroy of my trousers, but it didn't matter. I picked up the wine again and took a long gulp. Belle still held my other hand, and she gave it a squeeze.
"I understand," she said. "Your handsome captain's gone."
"He's not mine," I said, removing my hand from hers and wiping my mouth on my sleeve. This time last year I'd prayed for Archie to see me as a woman, as if I could throw a switch in his head that would make him blink, look at me properly, and realise I was more than his friend's little sister. That stupid Billy Murray song had mocked me at every turn. I spoke the words again now, with a bitter tinge to my voice. "You're just a baby to me. Your cunning little dimples and your baby stare, your baby talk and baby walk and curly hair."
"Well, you do have curly hair," Belle pointed out. "Although you don't really talk like a baby. And anyway, babies can't walk, can they?"
I raised the bottle in acknowledgement of her logic. "It's no longer the issue in any case," I said, and took another drink. I would give anything now just to be Ollie's little sister. It's more than that now. You know that. My voice sounded as if it came from a long way away. Another time, even. Belle nodded, her face solemn.
"I know, darling, but—"
"And I can't change what happened, so what's the use?" I didn't want to talk about Archie anymore. It hurt too much. "Anyway, he's gone."
"Back to the war, the big hero,"
Belle said, and lit another cigarette. We sat quietly for a little while. I don't know what Belle was thinking about, but my mind was, as usual, on Archie and his marriage proposal. Archie had, on the last day of his last too short leave, taken me to one side and said what I had desperately longed for 3 years to hear him say. Feeling his big warm hands grasp mine as his feelings tumbled into the empty air between us, I realised I had no idea how I was going to respond, and when I at last opened my mouth, it was with utter dismay that I heard my own words, and knew them to be the truth. "I'm sorry, but no."